Hi, everybody. Forgive the messy hair, the blotchy makeup, the pimples, and the no manicure. Still on the mend from being sick, but I am recovering well, as is the boss. She's sleeping quietly right now, so I'm not going to disturb her, but she's actually, now that she's feeling better, she's much more feisty than she has been a lot recently, so that's a positive as we head into 2024. So let's just get this ball rolling since I have a hot toddy calling my name. So let's talk about what's happening this week. All right, so obviously, there's a lot of stuff that's happening at the beginning of the week because of New Year's Day and New Year's Eve. We kind of covered New Year's Eve already. We're going to talk about New Year's Day moving forward through the end of the week. Now, I always put in my disclaimer, I am only one person and I don't know everything that's going on around the world. So please don't get mad if I don't mention your favorite thing to do in the new year. If there's something that you think I should talk about, definitely comment below. I'll give you details on my socials at the end of the video as well. But let's not start off the new year hostile, people. Before we get to that, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm Gretchen, the Tipsy Travel Gal. I'm a licensed esthetician and a travel agent, and it is my goal to eat, drink, and spa my way around the world. Now, of course, I would love to bring you with me, show you a whole bunch of really cool things to see, fun things to do, and of course, amazing food and drink. Now, if this sounds interesting to you, please consider subscribing to my channel. I would greatly appreciate that. Also, I'm going to include my GoFundMe in the description of this video. It has been a rough end of the year since I work with the public, and between COVID, the flu, and RSV, which is really bad in this area, my business has been really devastated, so I could use the extra dollars. If you've got any, I would greatly appreciate that as well. But let's talk about what's happening this week. Like I said, I've already talked about New Year's Eve stuff, so let's talk about New Year's Day moving forward. I am hoping to have this video done by January the 1st. We shall see, but let's go ahead and move on to our first New Year's Day event, which is in Edinburgh, Scotland. Hogmanay is the Scottish word for last day of the old year, and that is how the Scots bring in the new year with the Hogmanay festival. This is regarded as one of the most important holidays in Scotland. There's a couple of fun things that come with Hogmanay. For example, the first person to enter your house on January 1st is called the first footer, and you are meant to celebrate them. Of course, you're going to celebrate them. Why? Because they bring you gifts and hopefully bring you good luck. Also, before the clock strikes midnight on New Year's Eve, you're supposed to settle all of your debt. So good luck with that after Christmas. This helps you start off your new year with a clean slate, which, you know what, I am totally behind that. They also participate in the Looney Duke, the equivalent of the polar bear plunge in the United States. This is where the brave Scots plunge into the icy waters of the Firth of Forth, and they do so usually wearing very fun costumes. Now, they have one of the biggest New Year's Eve street parties, like from around the world. They celebrate with, they have tons of bonfires where they burn juniper branches to cleanse their houses. But really, this Hogmanay festival is really a 3-day event. There's 2 days of concerts. Of course, it culminates in New Year's Eve fireworks. I talked about the bonfires. We've got the Looney Duke as well, street parties, and of course, it all culminates on New Year's Day with family-friendly events. Now, a lot of the events and concerts leading up to New Year's Day are 12 and up, and they do cost money, so you can buy those tickets online. Most of the things seem relatively reasonable, under, 70 to 80 euros. So I have put this one on my bucket list. I have traveled to Scotland. It is a beautiful country, and I think this festival would be an absolute blast to attend. Now we're going to stay in the UK, but we're moving to London. London has one of the biggest New Year's Day parades in Europe. Now, this parade is part of a concert series and includes the grand finale of London's International Choral Festival. They have indoor and outdoor activities leading up to the parade, which starts at noon on Piccadilly. This is an absolutely huge parade with 10,000 plus performers from the United States, the UK, and Europe. They usually have a crowd of 500,000 plus, but because it is broadcast on BBC globally, it is viewed by 500 million people around the world. Of course, one of the best things about this parade, it is all about raising money for London charities. They usually raise in excess of £2 million. Now, if you're looking to do something on New Year's Day a little bit closer to home, let's go to Pasadena for the Tournament of Roses. Now, the Tournament of Roses parade has become a tradition on New Year's Day. Kicking off at 8 a.m. on January 1st, this parade lasts several hours and then culminates with the Rose Bowl. This year's participants are Alabama and Michigan. Now, this 5.5 mile route, which actually that's a pretty long route, moves about 2.5 miles per hour. So nothing's going to be flying by you. You don't have to worry about that. The float designs are created entirely out of flowers or floral material. They're incredibly elaborate. And of course, there are awards for the best floats, the best designs, the best entertainment value. Now, there is ticketed seating there along the two main viewing avenues, including Colorado Avenue. The tickets run between $110 to $120. Now, you can buy it directly from the Tournament of Roses, or you can go with a group. I work with a company that has a group going out specifically for the parade. I'm sure they can help you get tickets to the Rose Bowl as well if you want to go see that. But it's definitely something that I can make happen for you if you would like to go next year. Now, there are free seats along the viewing route, but they are first come, first serve. Just like all other huge parades, people start lining up early, sometimes the day before. So keep that in mind if you're planning on going. I mean, if you're traveling a long distance, it might just be worth paying for seating along the parade route. Parking is at a minimum. There are metro lines that lead you to the parade route. But keep in mind, if you are driving, these streets are shut down and parking is at a premium. You can reserve parking prior to going, and I would highly recommend that. But for more information, the Tournament of Roses has an amazing website with all the information and suggestions to make your parade experience a good one. Now that we've gone to the Tournament of Roses parade and the Rose Bowl, let's talk about how we are getting into winter, and we're going to travel to Harbin, China for the Harbin Ice and Snow Festival. Think of this festival like Elsa's Ice Palace in real life. The Kingdom of Ice and Snow is a 2-scale castle built out of snow and ice. Now, the building of the castle and the snow sculptures and ice sculptures begins mid-December, and usually by Christmas they are on display to the public. However, the Ice and Snow Festival does not officially start until January the 5th, and then it kind of runs through February. The opening ceremony, however, is January the 5th. Now, this festival has several different sections. There is the Harbin Ice and Snow World, which is like a Disneyland built out of ice and snow. There is Sun Island, which is filled with snow sculptures that are sculpted by artists from all over the world. And then there is Shaolin Park, which is focused on smaller children. There are ice lantern sculptures that are carved. And then fun things for the kids to do, like ice slides. Now, obviously, from, the week of Christmas to January 2nd, it is very busy there because it's obviously a very Christmassy thing to do. They recommend, if you want to kind of like miss some of the crowds, is to go after the New Year's festivities have kind of passed over and before Chinese New Year. Tickets are available for pre-purchase. However, you can only purchase them if you are a Chinese resident. Now, if you are a foreign resident, you can send an inquiry, or even better yet, something that they highly recommend is getting tickets to an ice festival tour. Now, obviously, they recommend this for two reasons. It will, A, give you entry to the Ice and Snow Festival, but also it is very difficult to get to the Ice and Snow Festival. There are metro lines that will take you there, but they are actually quite a distance. And since it is so busy, they said you could be waiting in line for a very long time to be able to get in. They said buses are packed to the gills, and they also drop you off several miles away, and it's cold. So they said, do not underestimate the elements. You will have a long walk in the snow and the cold. So these Ice Festival tours have, of course, buses that will drop you off at the entrance. You will have your tickets pre-done already, and they'll take care of all the details for you. You won't have to worry about anything except viewing the Ice and Snow Disneyland and enjoying all the snow sculptures. So that's it for what's happening this week. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click that like button. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe. If there is something that I left off the list that's happening this week, please feel free to comment below, or you can contact me on any of my socials. On all the main websites, I am Tipsy Travel Gal. You can also contact me on my website, tipsytravelgal.com. At the top, if you look, there's a contact me link, which will take you to a page that will allow you to send me an email. Thanks again for watching. Hope you had a great New Year's Eve and your New Year is going well. Have a great week, and until next time, bye.